Okay, welcome back, guys, to the Supcom tournament that I'm putting on. Today we have Bailey versus Knightmareni. Um, Same setup as last time. These two are going to be fighting it out in against each other in 1v1s, trying to get to that $50 prize. And so they're going to be fighting on Coalition Shipyard. And yeah, let's get right into it. No exclusions for the first match, as always. Loading in. Alright, and if I remember from the last game, I needed to up my sound a little bit. So, we've got Knightmareni in purple as Illuminate going into a pretty quick mass energy build. Looks like they decided to play at a pretty high speed, which is interesting. Bailey here proving to be a little bit behind in her build order, going mass land factory. She's going to have her commander build the energy, and she is in the white, playing as Cybran. Knight going to go early air factory and push his commander to the front mass. See what Bailey does in response. She's going to change up. Her practice mound did not go so well for Bailey. Bailey decided to go triple air factory and got completely crushed by Knight's UEF land rush. Triple land factory with an experimental factory coming up later in the match. Bailey building a bunch of engineers, but no forces yet. Trying to get research. She's building no defenses and no scouting forces here. Knight, on the other hand, is building a forward land factory, and some anti-air turrets are queued up. Looks like he wants to secure an air rush, and then also pump out perhaps some early Harvogs to push in. May remind them quickly that they do not have to play at such high speed, so forgive me if I tab out really quickly. Hey guys. Just really quickly, I perhaps don't advise playing at super duper high speed. +4 is probably about as high as you would want to go, even if it feels slow. It's not. Just a recommendation. Okay. Just want to make sure, because it felt like it was really high. Okay, continue on. It was at 6. Yeah. Alright. Moving back. Alright, sorry about that. They were playing at really high speed. So, the reason for that, in case you guys can't tell, this is a low skill game. These are not any by any mark of the word pro players. This is a noob tourney, but it's been entertaining to say the least. New players or inexperienced players always have very interesting tactics to bring to the table. Always been trying new things because they don't know what works. They don't know what doesn't work. So Bailey here gonna build turrets up on this cliff. It's a interesting tactic, to say the least, but it might work out. If any units march past here, they might get shot down and be unable to fire back. That is, of course, if these turrets don't just simply shoot the corner, which we'll have to see what happens. I kind of get the feeling that they're going to shoot the corner. If she wanted to stack out, she should have built them a little bit closer to the edge, I think. She's going heavy into the defenses here, not so much into the attack, and I think that's going to come back to bite here because we see Knight rushing into experimental. There's no way he has the Colossi out yet, so this is very obviously either will find his, in which case he's being a memeing asshole, or more likely urchin out assault blocks is the better option here. Bailey going out to sea here with one of her engineers. Is she going to build a naval factory? She is going to build a naval factory. That's something you don't see very often on the Coalition Shipyard. It's pretty rare to pull off a naval win here. It usually turns into a land or air fight, simply because of the close quarters involved with the players and how easy it is to simply walk straight across the battlefield. Cybran Navy here, though, could prove to be instrumental, actually, in turning the tide of this fight, especially if Knight pulls out these early experimental units here. Speaking of experimentals, Bailey pulling up her own experimental factory, likely trying to get into those early megaliths. Early megaliths will crush any basic land forces, especially unshielded ones, that Knight can pull out here. So perhaps not such a bad start for Bailey after all. In fact, if we look at things, Bailey is going to be very far ahead on the research game since Knight chose not to press his early game advantage and is now 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 2 research stations behind, as well as a considerable amount of energy generation. And that's being showcased by the fact that Bailey is getting her first megalith out while Knight still has not produced an experimental. Her Navy factory is not producing yet. We'll be interested to see if she waits for battleships or if it comes into play at all. Knight playing very defensively here. I think this is a mistake out of Knight. He didn't scout. If he had scouted, he would have seen that Bailey doesn't actually have much in the way of defenses, especially air defense, which is how he would scout. So he would be able to very quickly see that she was very vulnerable to these early game land forces here, especially if he built a couple more factories instead of sticking to just one. He's instead, I think, choosing to focus on the defense game and play for resources and late game attacks with lots of experimentals. That being said, I don't think it's going to last very long. I think he's going to get crushed here based on the way he's playing. He's forgone his early game advantage, as I've said. Bailey now has a megalith on the field with another one soon to follow, a second naval factory going up, and some Salem class destroyer ships up for the Cybran already. And the Cybran Navy is, as we all know, pretty devastating once the upgrades come in. Early game, the Salem destroyers, they're not going to be all that great. They're going to be pretty weak in terms of damage, speed, and output. Oh, no! But that being said, we've got a completely different play here. Knight going for Darkanoids. That is why he didn't have this factory, this producing yet. He was waiting on the resources necessary to produce Darkanoids. A Darkanoid play here will completely change the game. Bailey has 0 scouting ability. She's built no air factories, as opposed to her last game in which she built 3. She may have taken the advice I gave her a little bit too harshly. I feel a little bit bad. I told her that, investing all of your early game mass in the triple air factory and then a ton of fighters isn't necessarily a good thing. That being said, though, it is okay to build 1 and then have a couple fighters so that you can figure out what the enemy is doing. This Darkanoid here, this one Darkanoid, even if you were to stop producing it right now, not build the second one and any of them come after it, that one Darkanoid right here could single-handedly almost win him this game right now. I think a Darkanoid wins in a fight with 3 megaliths. Their anti-air is very weak. Don't quote me on that, though. But that again, it would be a very close fight. I think this one Darkanoid could just about win him the game here because he would go in, he would be able to destroy this factory, kill the commander, kill these land forces, destroy all these land turrets that she's built. She's built this wall of land turrets and is just not getting to the last of her mass. It's a huge waste of resources. Well, maybe not necessarily a waste, but it's poorly positioned. I think it's going to be hitting the corners here. Even if it's not, I think that any experimental plays are going to vastly outweigh what she would gain from investing that much mass into turrets. She is getting mass conversion up over here on the right on one of the little spindles coming out from the main island. We'll see how it goes. No combat yet. Both of them are choosing to wait and play their cards at their most opportune moment as they see it. Knight getting up turret pockets here. 2 land turrets for every 1 anti-air turret that he built, as well as a good scattering of shields. That being said, he has not defended his flank at all. Joined now by my friend Pyro in the Discord. We're recording, man.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry about that, guys. Back to commentary. So we've got big Navy plays coming out of Bailey here, whereas Knight is biding his time, building these Darkanoids and going Space Temple on top of it. What a brutal combination for somebody who's unprepared for it. Bailey is, for some reason, just not scouting. She does have battleships on the left. Theoretically, enough naval forces could provide the anti-air required to bring down these Darkanoids, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. Not with the Space Temple, land forces on top of that, heavy defenses, good air scouts, and gunships coming out slowly.
Yeah.
Again, operating. Sorry?
Personally, I'd say her best bet would be to go all in on him. Because if he goes straight in the middle there and destroy him.
I think you might actually be right about that. If she were to get the Walker leg upgrade on her Navy ships and get the range and damage upgrade for them as well, march them in with these megaliths that she's got, they might have enough anti-air to bring down these, what is this now, 3 Darkanoids that he's got. They might have enough to bring down these 3 Darkanoids if they've got the right upgrades. But unfortunately, it's a too little, too late kind of scenario. He's been allowed to get to the Space Temple uncontested. Her commander's going down. The Darkanoids have moved in. She had 0 anti-air. She was not prepared for this at all. Megaliths trying to do their best here, but they are just simply dying to the massive laser beams coming out of these Darkanoids here. It's far too little, far too late. Didn't scout. Just didn't scout.
Does she have any engineers at all anywhere?
No, she's got engineers, but the problem is that it really doesn't matter in a scenario like this. I just don't think she has enough. She's not reacting with her naval forces. She's not attempting to defend herself. She's staying still at this point in time.
Now trying to move. Left side.
She's bringing her battleships in. Let's see where she goes. This is supremacy, obviously, by the fact that her commander dying did not end the game. So we'll see what she does here. I wonder if this will be enough. She used the Space Temple gate of Knight to go through his own Space Temple and has now killed his Space Temple. Interesting. And the battleship AA proving superior to the singular Darkanoid, slowly killing it over time. It's gonna get a few kills off on these battleships, particularly when it falls. Oh, 2 battleships going down, bringing the final number to 4. The rest of the air is coming back, though. The Darkanoids are coming to defend, one staying behind to finish off her base. That being said, this is a much more even game than I thought it would be. Knight's base is far more spread out than hers was. She's going in, his center base is gone. All that's really left is some energy generation on the left side and his center defensive line. He's got plenty of anti-air, but that won't help him against these naval units. It's all a matter of whether or not her naval units can deal the damage that needs to be dealt before his Darkanoids can finish her off.
At least she was smart enough to leave a few behind, just in case.
Yes. Is she trying to rebuild her base? That is the question. No. She has no attempt to rebuild her base here, has no anti-air. Her engineers are not moving at all. This one Darkanoid could slowly finish her off here if she's not careful. It's a base race situation now. These mass converters are all going to go up in a line when this Darkanoid reaches it. Oh, her sailing classes are eating shit to these gunships. It's not looking good. She doesn't have the anti-air required. She just doesn't have it. I'm sorry to say it, but I think Bailey is out here. She's moving more battleships in. She is trying. She is desperately trying to get the damage out that needs to be dealt. His commander marching here on the left for some reason.
Theoretically, to be fair, if he were to run right into the middle of the ships, it'd be... Do you think that would be enough to take him out, though?
I don't think it would matter. It'd be a needless sacrifice. That being said, it goes down anyways as the Darkanoids move in to finish off the last of her navy. Much closer match than it needed to be on both sides. That being said, Knight is not paying attention anymore. His Darkanoid has ceased its attack on her base, and she is slowly trying to rebuild. And is gradually building anti-air units here. She's building the adapters, and the adapters in numbers would be able to take out these Darkanoids quite easily, but only if she gets the numbers up. Honestly, this is a bit more exciting than I thought it would be. She's managed to pull herself back out of the brain tier. He's trying to build experimental gantries again. Bailey has been reduced to a shell around her former central base.
Yeah.
The Darkanoid's gonna find her mass converters here. And there they go. That's a bit unfortunate. It's looking for her. Trying to find out the last of her buildings. She's trying to rebuild her base. It's all a matter of time now of whether or not she can produce enough anti-air to bring these Darkanoids down while she's using her battleships to deal the damage to his base. That's her only saving grace at this point in time. Desperately rebuilding her base. She's got anti-air out now. Not enough anti-air, but she's got it out. Withdrawing her battleships, she's deciding to wait on the attack.
If she can get something enough to at least keep his experimentals down a little bit, she might have a chance. But
I think it's going to be a very tough fight here. We're seeing this Darkanoid just tear her defenses apart. She wasted a ton of mass on all these land defenses and didn't scout in time to see the fact that he had air forces and that was the main of his attack force. He's building more Darkanoids now. He's not trying to rebuild his base, which is a mistake on his part, but I don't think she has the anti-air right now required to bring down what he has. That being said, she's not giving up. She is trying to build more energy, build more anti-air, get back into the fight. Her base is under attack here, and she's not reacting with the anti-air forces that she does have.
Is it Knight against Bailey right now?
It is Knight against Bailey. Knight in the purple, Bailey in the white. Bailey failed to scout in any capacity, so didn't realize that he was going Darkanoids.
That seems to be a recurring theme.
Well, lack of scouting information is more often than not what does in a lot of players who just, unfortunately, newer players or inexperienced ones simply don't, they just don't know. They don't think to. Then they think scouting, they think, oh, I'm going to build 50 units and go in. That being said, Bailey is going in, she's marching her anti-air to turret fire here, which is a little bit questionable. She's going for an all-in attack, marching all of her forces. Obviously, this is a desperation move. She's just marched her forces into turret fire and tank fire. And as a Navy user, you do not want to march your units into aluminum tanks. Unfortunately, they are just going to tear that Navy a new one.
And now the Darkanoid is starting to take out her engineers.
Yeah, there's a single Darkanoid finishing off the last of her base. She got some final damage off with these battleships, destroying one of his experimental factories that he rebuilt, but unfortunately it's just not enough. Probably should remind them that it is okay to surrender in what you think is impossible situations in a tournament scenario, since mind games are a part of it, in a competition sense. Friendly games we try not to surrender too often, just because it's fun to blow stuff up, but in a tournament sense, surrendering is completely okay, because if you screw your opponent up psychologically and they surrender prematurely even though they could have won the game, then that's a win for you. See it all the time in games like Command and Conquer and other strategy games. Executive Assault 2 is another big one that you see mind games happen.
What's happening?
We've got Knight versus Bailey right now. Knight in the purple. Bailey failed to scout in any capacity. And so failed to realize that he had air forces, especially these Darkanoids, and the Darkanoids unfortunately just ripped her up. She's got nothing left now. I'm gonna go ahead as her final units get destroyed here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull her and head back into the voice chat, and let's talk about what happened and see what's went down. Hey Knight, hey Bailey.
Hey.
So
I'm gonna watch this YouTube video later.
All right. So that's an interesting first round. What you guys talk to me a little bit about what happened here?
We're still going.
Yeah, we're still going. I should mention, Bailey, you don't have any engineers left. You can surrender in a competition sense if you want.
Yeah.
In a tournament setting, and when we play for friends, it's fun to blow stuff up. But in a tournament setting, mind games is part of it. So if you force your opponent to feel like they have to surrender because they can't win, well, that's a win. You know, psychological stuff is definitely a part of tournament play. So Bailey, you failed to scout in any capacity. You built no air units. You built no air scouts. What
I
happened?
build too much air. I build no air. I don't.
Well, it's okay.
To be honest with you, I thought I had lost that game once she put that Navy right in my base. I thought I had
Yeah,
lost
she
it.
came
I was too
really
focused up
close. The
top.
Navy came really close. See, your problem, Bailey, is that you can't building no air isn't necessarily a good idea because you want to get scouting information. Typically, what we see players do is that they'll build a single air factory and they'll build maybe 1 or 2 fighters and use those to do flybys to determine what it is that the enemy is doing. Going full into air and building nothing else when you don't know what the enemy's up to is a bad idea. Similarly, so is going full into land. Honestly, Knight also got kind of lucky. If Knight had chosen to go land there instead of air, he would have died because of the Cyber Navy. He also failed completely to scout Bailey in much capacity at all.
What I was hoping is to get the brush of things and then completely go up and wipe her base off. 'Cause I forgot she was the nation, the
Cyber.
Navy. Yeah, I forgot about that completely.
It was a good first match. It was an interesting first match. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Because Knight, you had a supreme early game advantage. Bailey massively overinvested defenses into land-only defenses, building no anti-air. You had some fighters for scouting. You had an early game land force. You could have pushed her, and you chose not to. So honestly, when I saw that happen, and then she built megaliths, I thought that she might be able to take you with those megaliths. And then as soon as I saw that Darkanoid come out, I was like, whoa, massive game changer. He went Darkanoid, not Urshinau or Colossus, and with that one Darkanoid right there, the game has moved massively in Knight's favor due to the fact that Bailey just didn't build
I
anti-air.
thought about just moving with that one Darkanoid, but I'm like, no, if I give out too early, she'll be able to completely counter it, and I just want to give enough army to go.
It was a much closer match than anticipated, I must say. It was a well done, well fought match. Visk, are you joining me in observing?
Yeah, I'm joining just to spectate. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll wait up for you. In the meantime, Bailey, you lost the last match. You get to choose the exclusions. That includes Fog of War, Rush Timer, and victory conditions between Assassination and Supremacy.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yes, you do.
Basically, Commander Rush, where you kill the commander.
Assassination means you've played it before. You just don't remember. Assassination means that if you kill the enemy commander, regardless of anything else, you win. Supremacy is what we've been playing, where you got to kill everything. You can choose the map as well, and that goes any map. You can pick any map except for the 3v1 map.
I don't know what maps there are.
Relax,
Just
it's
scroll
okay.
through.
We'll scroll through the maps for you. Do you want to look at a 2-player map, or a 3-player map, or a 4-player map, or a 6-player map, or an 8-player map?
2-player.
You want to keep it to a 2-player map? You don't want to go bigger?
No.
Okay. We've got Clark Training Center, Coalition Shipyard, Desolatia, Finn's Revenge, Marcon Bridge, QAI Labs, Seraphim Site.
That one.
This one?
Yeah, and no Artie.
And no Artie.
And
Alright.
no nukes.
No Artie, no nukes for the exclusions.
I don't like this.
Bailey, you
What
gotta
was
click
it?
your spawn
Yeah,
position.
I think.
Oh.
I don't like this.
Visk, is
I
it letting you
don't
in?
like this.
Okay. Actually, I might not join this one. I'll
Right.
join the next one.
Okay, I'll keep streaming the Discord then.
Yeah.
Okay. Any final comments or thoughts?
Besides just not trash talking ourselves that game, yeah.
Best of luck?
Yeah, best of luck. Trash talk Loki as usual.
Absolutely.
Fair, very fair.
We care, Loki.
Alright, well, I'm gonna move you guys back into your private voice chat. Remember, try to keep the saltiness to a minimum, guys.
We're
And,
salty towards ourselves, don't worry about it.
Fair enough. And we will start the second match. Keep in mind, this is a best of 5. So the first player to 3 wins takes the round. Good luck, and we will see you guys in the next little chat after this round. All right, let's get into it. I think, yeah. Okay. while the game's launching, let me quickly check Streamlabs is still doing its thing. Yay, Streamlabs is working! Hooray! Fucking Streamlabs. Fucking Streamlabs. Waiting to see if we have any interesting tactics. Knight always pulls out some interesting stuff because he doesn't exactly know the metas, so he always tries new things. So we've got Knight purple again in as the UEF on the right side of the map, going. Well, I'm not sure what he's going. He's a bit slow in the uptake, just building his mass calmly. And then on the left side of the map, we have Bailey, interestingly, doing the exact same thing in the white as also UEF. The exclusions for this match are... Ooh, wait, hang on. Alright, so we're seeing Knight going to attempt to rush his command, do all of the mass, and then contain Bailey on the left side of the map with a wall of turrets. He's made no attempt on the northern half of the map, though. Will be interesting to see who takes what mass and who expands where. Bailey building a single air factory to start, possibly to build a single scout and figure out what Knight's up to. Hopefully she passes into research for experimental rush or maybe some land span after that. The UEF tanks are extremely strong, as are their mobile missile launchers. Knight slowly but surely advancing. He's making a mistake here. I think it's a good idea to stop and build all this mass on the way to build these turrets. If he wants to contain her early, he should just move and build the turrets first. Bailey pumping engineers out here. She's built no energy, no research. I'm not quite sure what she's doing. She must just, I don't think she's feeling it tonight. She's just forgetting so many things. But that's alright. Such is the nature of tournament play. Bailey gonna beat him to this mass extractor. Let's see what happens here. She's gonna know now that his commander is coming. Let's see how she reacts. She's seen it. Her engineer is just gonna walk right past. This engineer is also gonna let her see that he's got gunships now. These have been spotted if she's been paying attention. Huge amount of energy and research queued up in the back here. Triple land factory. She's still spamming out engineers. That must be a bit of a missed micro. I don't think she intended to build that many. She must have been holding shift down when she clicked and accidentally built like 10 or something. But no worries. She's starting to build some land units now. Hopefully she stopped building engineers. Oh, please don't let this be an engineer. Oh no. Oh no, she's forgotten to stop building engineers out of her air factory. That's really unfortunate. That's going to be a huge loss of mass on her side, building all those early engineers for no real reason. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 engineers at least, plus the one who died. That makes 15. Going to be a huge loss on the amount of units she can pump out in the early game. And to make things worse, Knight has been allowed to get off to the northern side of the map as well, and is now cutting her off, trapping her inside her base. She can still pull out of this, however, if she reacts quickly enough. Sending these engineers to their doom, however, is not exactly a wise decision.
I mean, it's actually a pretty good idea. She has way too much engineers.
I mean, yeah, that's true. She's not built in the anti-air
she is
reaction.
scouting some too.
Yes, she is scouting. She is making active attempts to scout now, so she can see the airplay. If she's smart, she's going to know that he's probably going to go AC-1000, which sure enough, we can see these are actually being queued already by Knight. He's waiting on the resources to build these experimental air factories. She needs to get some anti-air up now. She's gone land based on the match of the last time where she died to air, but I think she's playing a little bit too reactively here. Knight has been smart enough to switch up his tactics.
Is this the second match or first match?
Second. They
Has
played.
everyone finished off their matches? Like Coda?
No, nobody's finished. Coda and Black Sun still have yet to return for their final match, and Shira's and Sneaky's matches, which have not been uploaded due to the ending nature, have not been decided what we're going to do with that. It's unknown if Sneaky will even be returning to the tournament. Salty people, guys, salty people, but it's okay. Bailey's slowly building up more land forces here. Technically, if she were to build some mobile missile launchers and push through these little turrets that he's got here, she could cut him off before he gets any AC-1000s out, but she's got to move quickly. She's got to be reactionary. She cannot maintain stagnation, which is exactly what she's doing. She's being stagnant, unfortunately. She's building turrets here. Turrets are not the way to go at this point in time. You know the enemy's building air as well, so I'm not quite sure what she's got these land turrets built up. Keeping in mind, guys, these are two relatively new players. They're not super experienced, but they're joining the tournament for the fun of it. She's pulling her land forces back. She's going to choose to deal instead with the turrets that are directly on her border, perhaps, rather than the ones to the south. That's not perhaps an unwise idea, but it is a bit of an unlucky one since her units are all upgraded. She is going to clear these turrets out, I think, but at a cost of severe losses, especially since she's not focusing down this final turret. There we go. She's killing it now. No, she's not. She's not. Oh dear, she's clicked the anti-air turret. She kills it anyway. By the skin of her teeth with 4 units to spare there. Unfortunately, though, if she had gone to the other direction, she would have seen these AC-1000 gantries. That being said, she might have been able to see them with her fighters. Her fighters have all died now. No, they haven't. They're right here. I don't know if she saw it with her fighters or not.
No, her initial scouting party was taken out right at the middle of his base.
She doesn't know then. She is reacting with anti-air, though. She sees these gunships and is spamming these anti-air forces out. This isn't actually a bad idea, because in case you didn't know, the UEF anti-air unit, the Anarchist, actually does, similar to the Cybran Engineer, get a anti-land turret upgrade. It's weak, similar to the Cybran Gun Engineer upgrade, but it is there. So theoretically speaking, she could spam out anti-air troops and nothing else, and just push through these forces. In fact, if she were to get enough of them, I dare say they could even stop AC-1000s. That depends on how she reacts, though. She can't keep sitting still. Eventually, AC-1000s will outweigh the Anarchists, Arcanists, whatever, in terms of just sheer power and area damage output. They won't be able to keep up, simply because her production is so far behind his at this point in time. She's behind on mass. She's probably ahead on energy and research for sure, but at this point she needs to stop spending so much money on these research stations. She's got plenty for now. She needs to instead focus on expanding and getting a military up, upgrading these units so that they can hold their own. They're dying to these basic broadswords here, which is not good. You want to have these things upgraded with all of the damage upgrades, the turret upgrades, the veterancy upgrades to make them more effective in dealing with large groups of anti-air units, but also better at dealing with large single target units, such as, the AC-1000s, which she's about to fling at her. Fling? Did I have a stroke? Fling? There we go. Fuck. Can you tell I'm not used to this commentating thing? Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't dislike it, though. Casting is interesting. It's so different to see other people play this game in a setting in which I'm not present, and Visk is also not present. Oh, but we see short range already coming out of Knight here. Kind of a dirty play. Dirty play. But
this to Jack, remember?
Yes, I do. This cliff here is inaccessible to land units, but short range already obviously can just fire right over it. He's gonna break her out of any of her fortified positions here with lines of short range going up. Holy crap! What a dirty play out of Knight. Oh, and she's gonna march these anti-air units into turret fire. What is she doing? What is she doing? She's pulling them. No, I don't.
She's feeling pressured because of the
Yeah, she's definitely feeling pressured. I don't think she realized that these don't have a land attack as well. She wasn't paying attention to what unit she was building. Either that, or she thought she had the anti-land upgrade, but she needs shields and veterancy.
He probably feels like she can't do anything.
Yes. In a situation like this, it's important to realize that the short-range artillery don't actually do that much damage. Like, look at them pounding this this mass extractor and these turrets here, they're really not doing a lot. But seeing the image, I mean, look, all of this short range and this engineer is almost out healing the damage to this mass extractor. But the image of all of it hitting all at once is very pressure inducing. And on top of that, the AC-1000s have come out. She didn't scout it. Ironically, the one thing she didn't do that she's done in the past, which was to air spam at inopportune moments, would have been the correct play here. Air spam would have been the deciding factor here. She just built fighters. She could have held this off. But unfortunately, she didn't see it. And now she's going to get short ranged. But, oh well. Such is the second match of the Supcom tournament. Knight performing admirably here. He kept on top of his resources. He was a little bit slow in his reaction time. I don't think he built enough energy. But he played to the finish and he played to win. He built the AC-1000s. He built the short-range artillery. Let's move these guys back into the voice chat, and we'll determine the next maps from Bailey, who has lost the second match. The score is currently 2-0 in Knight's favor. Hey guys, welcome back. That was an interesting second match. That was rough to watch in some cases.
I had a heart attack. Oh.
So Bailey, I saw you marched your anti-air units into land turret fire. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's okay.
Fair
So
enough.
Bailey, for future reference, those anti-air units do actually have a turret upgrade that you can buy that gives them the ability to shoot at stuff on the ground as well. The problem was that you didn't have a lot of them, and you didn't scout out that he was bringing AC-1000s. It was good that you built the Arcanist because you knew he had gunships, but you didn't see the AC-1000s. Ironically, the one thing that might have done you really well here is, well, fighter spam.
I got so scared when I saw the anti-air. I'm like, oh crap, she knows I'm going to try to rush it. That's why I'm like, well, maybe if I get the fortified artillery. I can
Honestly,
start
Knight,
launching
if she
them and
had
take it
picked
out.
the right upgrades, I think you would have got stopped. Because as much as short range as you built, you invested a huge amount of mass in that short range, and it really wasn't doing a lot of damage. It was a psychological factor for sure, but it really wasn't doing a whole lot of damage. I do want to point out though that if she had bought these shields and Veteracy upgrades for her Arcanists and then just mass produced them, I think she might have stood a chance against that many AC-1000s, and you would have been in trouble. It would have been a rough call for sure. She would have needed to be on her game a little bit sooner, I think. But if she had clued into the fact she had AC-1000s and built fighters in addition to those Arcanists, I think she would have had your force. That being said, she did let you take hold of a lot of that extra mass on the north and south. She didn't hold any of the extra mass. So she was behind in economy. So it was going to be a rough play for sure. But that's all right. It was a good second match. Bailey, we're waiting on you to rejoin so that we can get into our third match here. Potentially the final one if Knight wins. Bailey, are you feeling pressured?
I have an idea of what map you should do, Bailey. I don't know if you want to take it, but I have an idea.
Co-commentator wants to advise a map here.
You know.
Go for it, Visk.
You know that 3v1 map?
No, that has been already outlawed for very obvious reasons.
There's this 3v1 map.
Uh-huh.
Loser gets to pick.
No. The only reason he's saying that, for anybody who doesn't know, the top position actually has more mass to itself than the other three positions available combined. So that being said, Bailey, would you like a 2-player map, 3, 4, or 6, or 8?
Or this map.
Back on top.
No, this map is banned.
I like this map. Actually.
Bailey,
This map's a good
you here?
map.
Should we lose her?
Yep. Bailey.
Night.
Yeah.
Hi, there you are. Map? Would you like 2-player, 3, 4?
You pick one.
Well, you're the loser. You get to pick.
Yeah.
I don't know the map.
Let's
Let's
just go for this
relax.
one.
Let's relax.
I'd
I'm
say the
asking.
revenge.
I'm just asking how many players you want on the map. So you want a larger map, a smaller map?
I'll stick with small.
Okay. We'll cycle through them again, and you can pick one that you like. Okay.
This one's fine.
This one's fine. All right. Exclusions?
You could.
Same as before.
All right, no nukes, no arty.
You could exclude like maybe land or like make it simpler, right? So you don't have to worry about much. About more.
No air.
No air. All right, interesting.
Navy is also a big issue on this map.
Oh yeah, Navy's. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and do you a favor. I'm gonna outlaw naval units. Tournament setting. I'm making the executive decision here. We're outlawing naval on this map. It's just so overpowered, man.
Yeah.
All right, players.
Dang it, I was going to go the spider crab route. With the
Players ready up. I will move you back to your
Here you
voice
go.
chat, and we can get into the third round here.
Okay.
He was a little bit excited about that, wasn't he? Yeah.
I kind of decided to give a bit of help, like maybe make it a bit more simple.
Right, and I don't think that's a bad
Yeah.
thing. This may be a tournament setting, but obviously we're dealing with some inexperienced players here. I think Bailey's very much feeling the stress today. She is a little bit tired, I think, but it's all right. This is for fun games. It's not like the reward is huge or anything. Waiting on night.
$50, dude.
I mean,
That's
it's a-
huge, dude. You know.
$50. It's not even $50. It's a Steam game. They're getting a Steam game. Relax.
Exactly.
Shut up, you're 250 ping. You're gonna lag the game. Nah, I'm kidding. It is a good reward. It's cool to have something.
It's unfortunate. I can never get a reward.
You, we can do an exhibition match after this if you want, depending on the
No
outcome.
thanks.
No, you don't want to. You don't want to 1v1
Me
score?
versus you, Loki. It's kind of like 90% you win. It's, I don't know.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say 90%.
40%.
40% I win? Are you saying? Wow. I don't know about that either. That might be the wrong.
Wait, no, 40% for me to win. There you go.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I guess I can accept that. That's
I feel like you peaked a while ago though.
who, me.
Within your 800 hours, I bet you. I'm pretty sure you peaked a while ago.
Yes, my skill level has probably captured this game. I don't really. There are ways I could get better, but I'm just not invested in doing so right now. I'm quite
And plus,
comfortable
it's
at.
not really-
Yeah, there's not really much point. I only play with other friends. But anyway, so Bailey in the white as Cybern here going triple land factory. Nishi's playing much better this time. She's got engineer going to do mass and engineer going to do energy while her commander builds the factories. Knight being much slower on the uptake here. Holy crap, Knight in the purple on the right as also Cybern being much slower on the uptake here. Visky, you wanna? Okay, never mind. They increased the game speed. Knight going energy research here. Probably going to try to push into megaliths, if I had to guess. That's not a bad play, but if Bailey is smart, she will send some basic land units to scout out and see what his base looks like. And if she sees that he has nothing, theoretically, like if she were to pump out, just say, I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
15 or so, 15 or so loyalists, just a set of 5 from each factory, and push through on either side. She could do serious damage to him. Look at him queuing all these turrets up. He will not have the mass to build all these turrets in the early game. If he's
Bailey's
building
doing really well.
these three
3
research.
engineers. That's perfect. She didn't build more than 3.
Very good. She remembered not to build so many engineers.
Wait,
this
what's
time.
that? Oh, a land turret there. Interesting. What? Oh, okay.
Okay, so she's gonna try to hold the mid. I don't know why she's building that many land turrets though. That is a bridge. It's not a ramp that goes all the way around. Maybe she doesn't realize that. Knight, meanwhile, making a much better play in my opinion. He's gonna go try to take the center position. He's gonna build some mass. He's gonna build his single land factory over there, and he's gonna build some turrets to try to hold the wall. Bailey making a very questionable play here. I don't think she's paid attention to the outlay, like the layout of the terrain. Building these turrets here won't really see any
She
action.
might not actually have an understanding of choke points in reality.
I don't think that she does, because she's placed the only turrets here that might see any action are these two and these two, because they're close to the ramp, and then the ramp here. This terrain here, this is impassable. These turrets will not fire down here. So that's a bit unfortunate for her. But that being said, she does have a military advantage at this point. She needs to press it before he gets up all these defenses. Look, he's just now getting that first turret up. He's trying to go megaliths, just like I said. He's going to build his forces. He's changed his position here. He's not going to build a land factory over here. He's going to build an experimental factory. Bailey still unaware of what's going on. She hasn't cleaned this last mass. She's paused her factories. She is going to go in for an early peek and see what he's doing. Actually, if she comes all the way down here right now, if she were to move down here now to where his commander is, he has no defenses. She could theoretically take his commander out if he's not careful. She doesn't want him to get to these megaliths early, which it looks like he's going to. She needs to react.
Okay. No, she doesn't really.
I don't think she realizes.
How big are those range? Can they actually attack from the sides?
Can what, the megalith range?
Okay, I kind of want to give her a bit of help.
Well,
I don't know. Well, I want to give them both. Actually, no, they both don't have intel. I was gonna say if they both have intel.
it is this.
One of
Keeping
them
in
had-
mind, this is a Leroy. Oh no,
God, I
he's
wanna
gonna
help
run
this- I
his
wanna help.
commander in.
Leroy
Leroy
Jenkins.
Jenkins. I would trust me, of all the people who want to give help to these two players right now, I am very high in that number, but unfortunately, I don't think we should. New players do have to learn through experience, I think. I'm a firm believer in that.
Who has the most hours actually? Out of everybody.
The most
other than you. Like who's here has like in descending order most hours?
I'm not sure. You were pretty close.
You profile might be second.
Dusk.
Who plays?
If we're talking only people who are in the Discord, Owen is, I think, pretty high up there. Dusk of Legend, I think, is pretty high up there. Other than that, I'm not really sure. Beetle might actually have you beat. I'm not sure. It depends on how much you two have played when I'm not here. Yeah.
Used to be more, but not recently.
Okay, Bailey has seen that this side is undefended. If she's smart, she's going to send this top force down as well and deal with Knight's commander here completely. But nope, she's going to stay still. She's not managing her units very well. They're going to get picked off by this turret, I think. It's rapid fire point defense targeting, killing more than one unit per shot since it fires in two distinct lines, one from each gun barrel. Bit unfortunate for Bailey, and now he's going to get more defenses up. Still not reacting here. Still building this crazy wall of point defense here. I'm really not sure what she's hoping to accomplish. This point defense wall is...
hoping, if anything, if the turret range is what I think it is, controlling that entire section, middle area, so that anything coming from her main, right, the main route, from like in any way, basically in any way, it will always go.
Yeah, the problem though is that turret range though. You see the green rough terrain before it passes into the whiter, like the lighter color where they actually units actually walk. A lot of that is impassable, I think. The turret range, I don't even think the turret range would cover her loyalist where her loyalists are right now. I don't think it does. And she's also going to march these guys into their deaths. Ooh, heavy losses. I don't think she killed anything there. So she might be hoping. I have told her about turning on her intel ranges so that she can see how far stuff shoots. But if she's turned it off for whatever reason or forgotten that it's there, then she might not realize that those turrets are essentially doing nothing. Big waste of resources. That being said, she does have a fairly decent sized group of loyalists here. Unfortunately, Knight has just heavily bunkered this off, and he's gone into megaliths. Bailey has made no efforts to push into experimental units here, which I think would be the play. If Bailey were to roll a Monkey Lord out here in the next couple minutes while he's still playing games with these bunker walls, she would roll over him with a single Monkey Lord. One would be all it took, but unfortunately, instead, I think we're going to see a slaughter. They are shielded, so they're doing damage. If she had a larger blob, she could break this. It is not impossible to do this with loyalists still. Blessed be, he's only got one megalith. So theoretically speaking, if she were to get a large enough group of loyalists up in time before he hit critical mass of these megaliths, she could kill him still. He's not playing. Neither player is playing very efficiently. Bailey is playing okay for what
Ooh.
she knows. Speak of the devil, she's finally gone into experimental gantry, so maybe she is gonna go into Megalith after all. If she
So that means
does,
the turrets he faces will be useless now. And
yes, turret emplacements for both players are gonna be completely useless. Knight spent a lot of resources on these bunkery turret walls, which is very very immensely slowed down his megalith production. He stopped building them now, and you can see now his factories are producing. But Bailey can still get back into this game, I think, if she plays right. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real
it's
hard.
not actually gonna be that hard because she could just if she builds like a couple hundred megaliths.
A couple hundred megaliths. That's the problem, though. He got his factories up before her, and he's taken the extra mass.
Yeah, but
And
quite
he's got mass
separated
conversion.
Right
He's got mass conversion right now, so he
Okay.
can just build more energy. So it would be a difficult fight for her, I think, especially since her unit micro isn't exactly top notch. That being said, though, it's not the end of the world. I think she can definitely still.
Knight doing?
What's
Wait,
he
they're
done?
going if top bottom, right? He's doing the same thing.
He's trapped his megalith. Knight
No,
not
no,
being
no,
weird.
no, look at the turrets on down his main alley.
Oh,
Press shift.
yeah, I see it. Both of them being very. Oh, that's odd. I've never seen that before. What is this? What is this?
I think he's just digging around at this point.
No, he's not. Yeah, I know Knight well enough. I think he actually. Do both of them think you can hit from. What? Okay. Well, like I said, guys, new and inexperienced players always pull out unique strategies, to say the least, because they don't know what the metas are. And I think we are definitely seeing
the meta, actually?
Meta for this map is typically hard land rush, hard basic land rush. Unless, of course, you get to this point, in which case, obviously, megaliths are the fucking way to go. Bailey actually does have her own megaliths out now. She's got 3, soon to be 4, and make that 5. Technically speaking, his megaliths, he does have more, but they're all cornered in his main base, so she could push.
I can probably assume that Bailey has the better land upgrades right now.
Probably.
Because Knight went into mass converters, which is kind of it.
She also had, I think, more research stations than him for a while. He's got more now, obviously, but for a while, I think she was ahead in that regard. Technically, and she is doing it. If she pushes this and doesn't march her megaliths directly into the turrets, God, please no. I will cry for her if she marches her megaliths into turrets, because her megaliths just vastly outrange those turrets. Oh no! Oh, it hurts. Use your range advantage. Use your range advantage. No! Oh, that's tragic. She could have cleared that whole section there with those 3 megaliths. She could have cleared it all. Knight has gone into jump jets. I missed them jump jetting onto the wall. Ironically, those turrets weren't necessarily unwarranted, I suppose, with jump jets on the field. They have cleared the bridge. Oh no, it's all gone to hell. Sorry to say, but I think it has gone very... Bailey just wasn't on top of her unit production. She wasn't effectively using her units.
They both have shields.
They both have shields.
So we can't really...
Knight should lose this. No, he's gonna jump jet away. He's not gonna take that engagement. He knows he can't win it. Bailey should have won the engagement in the south. She should have cleared him out with those megaliths, but she's not. She hasn't used her units very effectively.
And now she's AFK in near a charge, I believe.
She's what? She's AFK.
Top portion.
What do you mean?
I mean, only her units in position at the top.
Oh, I was gonna say she's not AFK. What do you mean? No, she's waiting. She's waiting for another attack, but she can't. If she marches her units into those turrets again, that it's just gonna be ending similarly tragically. Grant you, if she pulls off a commander kill here, and then holds off this other group of megaliths he got, She could
Look how
very
close the
easily
turret
still.
to the loyalist. They
Where?
take like one
Oh
step to the
yeah,
right.
it's because of the hill.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's
zoomed
what-
in right now, and
Yeah.
they're pointed at her. You know, they want it, but unfortunately the hill prevents it. Or perhaps not unfortunately.
But factory's not producing megaliths.
Factory's not producing. I wonder what she's waiting. Maybe she's pushing for Monkey Lords. Monkey Lords could turn the tide.
Interesting. They're attacking from both sides.
Yeah, but her loyalist at the top might not.
Speaking of Monkey Lords, Knight has pushed one out of his factory and is building another one here and is building another one here. So we're about to see 3 Monkey Lords here for Knight, and that, I believe, is going to put a stop to Bailey just marching her units into these turrets. It's really trying to deceive because look, she's firing from all the way back here. This last one she stopped to destroy these turrets.
So what is the range of the Monkey Lord compared to it?
Monkey Lord compared to Megalith is pretty similar. I think the Monkey Lord is slightly shorter, but not enough for it to really.
Much shorter.
It's shorter, but it's like it doesn't matter. They can usually march within range before the Megaliths can react and escape because the Megaliths are slow. So Monkey Lords have shorter range, but obviously incredibly higher damage. It's very hard to micro Megaliths around a Monkey Lord and kill it.
Yeah, what is she producing right now?
Nothing. Well, missile launchers and a Monkey Lord. She's making her own Monkey Lord, but I don't think it's gonna be done in time. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. She's been pushed into. He's got loyalists inside her base attacking her commander. If she had overcharge, she might be able to recover this. She's got her own loyalists here trying to defend desperately. She wants to hold on to that factory. That Monkey Lord is her only. Oh no. Knight moving to end it now. He's marching his megaliths into her base.
Oh, he's fine.
He's ignoring the commander on purpose to make sure he kills the production. I'm not sure if he did that on purpose, but even if he didn't, that's still a smart play. Ironically, he's losing all of his. He lost a lot of his loyalists to missile launchers and the commander there, but now she's gone nuclear. The megaliths are moving into finish. These turrets on the side here are proving somewhat useful. They killed a megalith briefly before they moved out of range due to the incline of the hill, the corner there.
What? Oh, okay.
Monkey Lord's going to move in here and clean up this final defense. And we're going to see Knight, I believe, take the game 3-0. And Knight going to be the first person to complete all of his matches and confirmed move on to the next round of this tournament. Interestingly enough, since nobody else went to very well done. Very well done. Obviously, again, not the highest level gameplay, but each player performs to their best of their abilities, and I think we can respect that. Very well done. Let's pull them in. Let's get to final chat with the players here, and let Knight bask in his glory a little bit, I think. Welcome back, guys. Well done in the final match of the first round for the two of you. Bailey, unfortunately, you got knocked out of the tournament, but it was a good try. You did your best. And it was some interesting matches. It was fun. It was good to watch. Do you have any comments for us?
I've got nothing.
You've got nothing. All right, Knight, how do you feel about your win, man?
She scared me so many times, especially when she broke the bottom turn. I didn't know about it, and I started hearing explosions, and I'm like, wait, what's going on down there?
Yeah, Bailey,
That's where I was trying to build a line.
that final match, we were back and forth about who we thought was in a better position there for a little bit. Bailey, if you had seen his base early on, you would have been able to kill him. And additionally, those first set of...
That's one thing.
Hmm?
But if you guys got to build with intel station.
Yeah, you guys didn't build your radar stations for some reason.
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
But Bailey, if you had moved your loyalist down to the south into that little square he was building, initially he had nothing there and you could have killed his commander. Or alternatively, it took him a long time to build turrets at his main base since he tried to push research to get megaliths. You could have wiped him out super early in the game.
Yeah.
And then Knight Knight took his. He wasted a lot of resources on those those bunkery turrets. Bailey unfortunately marched her.
Up there on that thing. That's all I'm like, just bounce up, bounce up, bounce up.
Bailey
bounce up.
Bailey has some practicing to do with her unit, Mike. Though she marched those megaliths into your turret lines, very unnecessarily, since megaliths vastly outrange turrets, and she can just sit at range and destroy them. Had she used her megaliths correctly, you would have been completely wiped out of the center mark. And possibly lost your commander in the process.
Alright, Knight, one of me.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
We are the winner. Let's go.
No.
Absolutely
Yes.
not. That would be
You're the winner.
such a. I want to be one, you bro. And-
I hosted.
Oh
Glad
shit.
to have you on, friends. Yeah, dude. Join Knight.
So what are we at now on the scores?
3-0 Knight. That's the end of the series. You won.
No, I meant on the as far as everyone else too.
Oh well. Sneaky and Shira are technically at 1-1, but it's not determined whether or not Sneaky has dropped out of the tournament or not.
If
Black
she joined
Sun-
y'all, she joined us for a little bit.
Black Sun and Coda. Wait, who did?
Sneaky joined for a little bit.
Black Sun and Coda are at 2-0 Coda's favor, and have yet to play their final set of matches. So we're not sure where that's gonna go. Hey, Fisk.
Wait, Knight, why
hey,
are you?
hey,
no,
buddy.
I want to fight you, Knight. You're
Hey,
the winner.
buddy. Hey,
I'm
buddy.
not doing this. No, I'm not doing this.
Hey, buddy.
Fine.
I mean, we can do a 1v1v1 4-way.
So,
Yeah,
free for all.
I'm out.
Bailey, you're done.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
I'm
whoever
gonna
gets
go.
stuck up against
We'll
next
see you
time will be
later.
completely
Well
out.
done.
I
Good
am.
matches.
This is probably the farthest I'm getting in the tournament.
Not necessarily. There's been some surprising upsets. Coda fully expected to get his ass kicked by Black Sun, but he's been doing well so far. Oh, are we actually doing this? Okay. All right. So
We're actually doing this.
exhibition match, guys. Exhibition match after the those tournament rounds.
Yeah, I'll be back in just a minute.
All right, man. Shit, I'm so not prepared to play. I'm so freaking tired. I gotta stay up all night tonight because I start work tomorrow. Yay! Adult life.
I just thought of something.
Don't ever be an adult, kids.
Question. Did you remember to add any restrictions?
No, there's no. We don't do.
Or like, no
Restrictions.
nukes, all that?
No, we don't do that. We play without restrictions.
By the time we get to nukes, it's already.
Yeah, usually if one of us gets the nukes, then at that point they're dicking around. So Visk, how you doing? All right. You know, trying not to get murdered. Typical stuff. You're a UAF. Oh, shit.
Interesting. I just want to like poke a bit, see what's there.
Uh-huh.
Whether it was your commander or what, like whatever it was. Turned out not to be a commander.
I might be in trouble here.
Why is that? You have yourself some fairly nice mobile missile launchers. So you
Indeed.
should be good.
Should be being the key term there.
I can't do anything against those.
Uh-huh. Interesting, 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 interesting.
It's good to win the win.
Oh, is this going to be a mobile missile launcher fight, isn't it, Loki? Jesus Christ.
Just distinctly possible.
Oh my god, you have so much. Why?
Ow! Okay, alright. No. Is all you built mobile missile launchers?
You did this to me, so I had
No,
to do it
I didn't do this to
and
you. You
started
turret
it.
walled me. That's
I didn't turret wall you, I just built some factories.
Alright, bud. Bud. Come on. Come on, Cole. What you got? Oh my Jesus Christ. Dude. Okay. Ah! Oh my god, you actually killed one. Oh shit. Good match, man. That was good.
And I hate launches because you used it, then I have to use it.
I didn't want to use it, but you build turrets right on my shit, man. I wasn't gonna break that
On
normal.
my side, we have
No.
equal land.
Shh. They're both my sides, Fisk. Didn't you know that?
To be fair, Viz, the moment he got you in by the goat points.
Nah, man. You should have gone experimental sooner. I wasn't gonna
going
go.
as fast
I wasn't
as
gonna
could.
go
I
hard.
literally didn't have
I wasn't gonna
enough
go
mass to,
hard into mobile missile launchers. I was just gonna build a couple to prevent turret walking. Man, you built like 40. You killed a megalith in 2 seconds because I stopped looking at it for a minute. Oh man, that was something. All right, I'm gonna end the recording there. That was good. We had some tournament matches. Bailey unfortunately got knocked out by Knight. Knight will move on and face another opponent. And then we had a single good exhibition match. That was a good match. That was fun. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.